Hello, wonderful people. Let's talk about collabs, sketchbooks, friends, and new paints today. I know how starting a new sketchbook can be scary for some. There are high expectations. You want to start it well and feel good about the art, right? And even with the pages going on, especially when sharing them on social media, there is that feeling about making every page count, about making every page special. So, what would you do if the sketchbooks you'd have to paint in wasn't even your own? A few years ago, a group of artists and I started a big international collab. We sent out our sketchbooks into the world to be filled page by other artists. Each one will be a unique documentary of our skills, passions, and of course, art friends. And until it comes back, we can choose not to know what is inside and be surprised. Some post their process and thoughts as I do now, and as my friend Dan did just a few days ago. He shared the process of sketching in my sketchbook actually. So if you want to know what's in my sketchbook, you can watch his video, but maybe later. Stay with me for a while. I have some things to share yet. I will link his video down below though, as well as my other videos of the sketching process and other artists' sketchbooks. So now our sketchbooks have been traveling for a few years now, slowly being filled and appreciated, and a few made it here to be filled too. It's been tricky for me. The situation in the world changed over the last 4 years drastically. Postage became more expensive. For me here it's risen to 3 times what it was when we started. Some of the sketchbooks have been returned to the center and didn't arrive to the next destination and had to be sent again. There's always a risk of a sketchbook being lost, not arriving, and of course, all the other delays that we as humans deal with. But it's always exciting to receive one. This one I received months ago, and it's actually already arrived at the next artist to paint in. Who knows? There might be a video of it too. I'm not sure I'm allowed to say whose it is and whether I can show the artworks inside. There are many pages already filled with sketches, swatches, paintings in watercolors and ink. It's beautiful to go through. I did it before too. Painted something special. This time, it was just shortly after the move. I chose a different approach. And I feel it fits the vibe of the sketchbook well, but also might be something for those of you who struggle to start or fill their own. First, you have already seen me swatch some colors. Those were or are new to me. It's the new Schminke signature colors of 2025, which I will review soon in depth and share with you. This was literally the first time of me swatching them out and see how they behave on paper, how they look, how they separate, and see what they spark. Also, it's exactly what I would do in my own sketchbook if I had these. But I planned the review anyway, right? I like sharing my new colors with you, swatches and the feel of them, and I like to experiment, to mix, and to present thorough reviews. So for these I chose, or better we chose, as this was painted on stream, which color to start with, and it was Atoll Blue. This lovely turquoise leaning blue mixed from 2 pigments. To explore it further, I started with a little monochromatic painting, a tiny cozy kitten sleeping. With this I built up layers, slowly going from light to dark, slowly letting the kitten emerge from nothing using this lovely color. And honestly, it feels very relaxing to do. It's a great exercise to get to know the color, paper or brushes if they're new to you. You can spend some time immersing yourself into this color, into the process and the experience. And it's a great exercise to see the paint values in a painting. If you can see them in monochromatic painting, it's easier to translate it into a painting where you use several colors to paint with, whatever you want to paint. So you see, whether this is my sketchbook or the one of someone else, to go back to what is simple and excites you is the best. There's no reason to be afraid of it, no reason to be anxious. Sketchbooks are here to be enjoyed and filled, for practice and trying out new things. So being afraid to actually use one is like tripping over your own feet. It's okay to use them. It's good to use them, and will bring you further. At the same time, there's absolutely no pressure to fill them with immaculate artworks. You can, but it's not what they're there for. They're for the fun, for curiosity. After I filled the page with the monochromatic painting, I went over trying some mixes to see how this color behaves and how it mixes. They were pretty and some spoke to me right away, tempted me to paint, like the one with PO20, cadmium orange, out of all of them. It's not a color I would go for on my own, but the mix was beautiful. So I went for it and tested the combination in a painting where I used both colors. I painted a little landscape with mountains like I did many times, and will show you how in the tutorial later this year too. I laid down a layer of atoll blue for the sky and used mixes for the mountains and ground. The mixes go from warm grays to deep browns and reddish browns too. It's a huge range to play with, really, to create contrast and details, and although these mountains never look like they are long, it's been a while that I spent painting these mountains with all the details. What I like about them is that I have to think ahead, where to place shadows, and they go from what they tell me, what they want to be. It's not up to me, really. I don't decide anything. They tell me. And just like this, I've been filling the spread while learning myself, while discovering and trying out this new color. It's not a real painting I've done here, a sketch. And it's enough. Sketchbooks should be play to get your creativity going, joy and excitement, not a mountain to climb. It should be your friend. I know there's pressure to make everything perfect, but it doesn't have to be. It's okay if it's yours. And it's okay if not everything turns out the way you imagine it to be. Life is hard as it is. Don't make it more difficult for yourself. My next step is to send the sketchbook along, say goodbye to it, and let it go on its journey to the next artist, to be filled with unique sketches, with beauty, and it's almost private what we share in them. Especially if we treat it like our own. We paint a sketch, whatever moves us in that moment. It captures our mood, and it's super exciting to see how those change. In our own sketchbook, it changes page to page, but having filled only one page in someone else's sketchbook, it's like taking a photo, a screenshot of yourself in that moment. It might be an abstract thought of mine, but I like it. I like the idea that I share myself through paintings and swatches with my friends. In this one, of course, I labeled them, so the recipient actually knows what's on the page. But there's no comment more than that inside the sketchbook. She'll see swatches, studies, and next page will be filled with... Well, I don't know. It's not up to me to decide. But I'm sure it will be precious and wonderful. In case you want to see a close-up of the study, I have shared all the swatches, mixes, and monochromatic studies with my patrons already. A link is down below. A full review of the signature colors will be uploaded on this channel in a few weeks as well. Until then, I have some more nerdy treats for you. Thanks for being here, and let me know how you like to fill your sketchbooks. What intrigues you? I'm curious. Have a creative day, everyone, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!